Brian,
So
you're at
we've
the
got-
course today? Hey, you're working?
Yeah. I'm putting in a water line. I'll send you pics later. It's quite an ordeal, but it's been fun.
Okay.
Well, I love it. You know,
Perfect.
I love golfing more.
Hey, Brian, do you know Jim Shannon?
Jim Shannon.
What?
Yeah, I do. Hey, what Al, are you from, where are you from?
Sherwood Park.
Right. It's been
Yeah,
a while
Jim's,
since I've,
yeah, Jim's
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
superintendent there at Yager Ridge.
yeah, I've heard that name. I think I was in a fungicide training course like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually painting the house with him here today. We bought a place in January. We're trying to flip it. So he's inside. I told him I was just going out to have a little Zoom call with some of the hounds.
Nice. That's great.
Awesome.
How's the
All
weather?
right,
You get
guys.
snow? I'm done.
Whenever you're ready. This is what happens because we all went to the same high school, all different years. Well, me and Dave, the guy who was just there, we went to high school together, graduated in 85. But Brian's 7 years younger than us, but that's our families. We all went to the same high school
Yeah,
somehow.
that's
So that's the
amazing.
team that we've got. So it's pretty cool.
I love that. And it's Dave that's going senior Ruby too?
No, it's Coach Devin. Devin's
Okay,
going to be joining
Devin.
us probably halfway through tonight. He has been number 2 to number 7 in the world for single ambassador signups, and I'd like him to share for 3 or 4 minutes his methodology and what he does going after men. Okay, I mean he
Fantastic.
he's got one of the fastest building teams for his 3 months. 4 months he's going to be emerald.
That's fantastic.
So-
Well, let's get this puck going then.
You ready, guys? You ready?
We're ready. All right. Welcome, everybody. Are we ready to record, Jessica?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome, everybody. I'm Lynn Thompson. I'm a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus, and I'm thrilled you've made the choice to be here tonight. Coach Mike Loustel is going to be sharing the how and the why the men of his team are taking Plexus by storm and changing lives. Did y'all think that Plexus was just for the ladies? No, Coach has proven how men can come alongside their friends and share these products successfully. Listen to Coach Mike as he explains how it's working so well for his team, and think about the men in your life that could be helped by this. Coach shared something on a post not too long ago that just really got to my heart because it was about not fitting on a ride with his children. And it just tore me up because my mom was obese when I was a kid. And so I knew exactly what he was going through. So I'm super excited to introduce Coach Mike Loustel, Senior Ruby Ambassador, professional hockey coach for 34 years. He developed 72 NHL players. He's an inventor, an author, a father, a grandpa, and a serial Plexus health advocate, and head coach to one of the fastest growing teams in Plexus worldwide. Coach, I am just ecstatic that you're taking the time to pour into our team tonight. Thank you for being here.
Lynn, Michael, thank you. I mean, it's an honor. It's a blessing that all of us have found this company. This company has found us. And I'm going to share light tonight, and we're going to try to stay within this 1 hour time frame that I promised everybody. And thank you for allowing our team to as well, to come and learn together. I've run this a couple of times up in Canada with our team. This kind of the same type of night. I ran a portion of this with Darlene Cornelius down in Texas. And I'm just going to, what we want to do tonight, and I've got a couple of my, I call them my team captains. My team captains, there's 10 of us, 7 of them are men. And a couple of them are going to join us tonight. Coach Brian is here tonight. He's also was a football coach and a trainer up in Canada too. Our version of the NFL is called the CFL. And a lot of Americans, probably 85 to 90% of the teams are American. And Coach Brian was a 10-year trainer up there, high-end rugby player, football player. So we all come from that background of high-end sports, and we all went to a lot of us on our team went to the same high school together. I turned 54 on Friday, and so I graduated, and I'm happy to say that, proud to say that. I went to a high school, and Brian did too, just above Montana, outside of a city called Regina, and it was 30 miles away from Regina. Regina's only 300,000 people, but the town that we were in at this elite sport academy was called Athol Murray College in Notre Dame, founded by a Catholic priest, and it was in the middle of nowhere, and it's an elite hockey academy, basketball, football. We have lots of former Olympians that coach all the different sports there, and so we all left home in grade 9. We were 14 years old, and that's, you know, the background of our team is it's a very high-end group of athletes. And basically what we've done is we've taken that competitive nature from the hockey rink, the football field, the basketball courts, baseball diamonds, rugby field, and we brought it into the business world. And the one thing that I could tell everybody I've never met Brian, imagine that, we've never met, you know, we're 7 years apart, and we're like best friends, brothers. And you know, Brian, when he came into my life, he was a Facebook friend of mine because he went to school. I saw that he went to the same school as me, and I saw Brian on social media, and I saw him struggling, and it took me 3 months of gently nudging, and just talking to Brian, and I could feel his pain, and you know, because at one time I was 280 pounds, and you know, I mean, my story's been well documented, and when it touched on it, and finally I sent Brian 7-day supply of Slim out of my personal supply, my inventory. And 3 days in, Brian sent me his credit card, and he's like, Coach Mike, I'm in. And as much as he needed me in his life as a coach and support system, I needed him, because it was that gentleman, that man, my brother, my little brother, that really truly got this train rolling, that you've seen this. It's a health movement I'm in. It's unbelievable. We're probably 300 men now in our team. I know in December we were 52 brand new ambassadors. We went 56 January, 129 last month in February. We're almost at 200 this month. We set the goal at 200. Our team captains, we decided we switched that up last week. We're looking at 250 as a team now. So, I mean, yes, we are one of the fastest growing teams in North America, worldwide too as well, confirmed by our general manager on Sunday in our locker room call, Ken Reed. And it was, you know, me and myself and Brian, we are big, gentle giants. You know, we have huge hearts of gold, and we share these natural plant-based products proudly. Our whole philosophy is bold, brave, and no fear. And I'm going to tap into this mindset of the male, and to give not just the males on this tonight, but I want to really give some insight for the female, how we go about bringing in and introducing this product. And I've worked with a couple of sapphires the past 7 months, and Darlene Cornelius, and she's like my Plexus mom, and I adore her. She's adopted me, and she's been mentoring me now for probably 4 or 5 weeks. And you know, we got to talking, and the girl that sponsored me and is also a sapphire from Canada. So it all starts, how do we approach men? And you know what, we've gone back and forth, and I was warned about this, and this happened to me too as well. And it all starts with trust. And that, what I mean by trust, is when a female is approaching a man with Plexus, okay, the relationship at home, and trust me on this one, I am all about family and children. That bond between yourself and that your significant other, whether it's your husband or your boyfriend, has got to be rock solid. And in order for you to share this product, okay, it's got to be transparent. And I'm in a brand new relationship 8 months now, and honest, it was tough at the start, because how many people can make their living on their phone? And my girlfriend didn't really know, like, she would look at me and she's like, what are you doing? you know, and it caused a lot of friction at the start. And so, you know, talking to both of the Sapphires that have been mentoring me for the past 7 months with Plexus, and I knew what I was up against. I knew what was happening because the first post that was posted with me, rollerblading and the pink drink, boom, there was 24 females that, you know, wanted dates and or whatever it was, you know, and I was warned, and you know what, they were Plexus girls. So I was warned about it. The Sapphire that got me going, she warned me. I think she was a little bit scared to make that first post, but she knew right away. So it works both ways. And I know now, you know, being in a relationship with my girlfriend, Christina, and there's been 4 or 5 times now where girls have joined my downline and they quit because they, you know, they found out that, yes, I'm in a serious relationship. And that's the one thing that I do right off the hop. is when I start communicating with a female, I put that wall up, I put that boundary up, and I separate that business from personal. And I think that's the one thing, females, that you have to be open with your husband or your boyfriend right off the hop. And literally, I will go with my phone and I will show what's going on. And with my girlfriend, I mean, with her, and she'll go, you know what, Mike, she's looking for a date, you know, and then quickly I figure that out, which way to go. And you know what, 9 times out of 10, you know what, they are just, they're looking. So for females, that's the big recommendation from me, is to make sure that when you're going after that man, and every team, trust me on this, every single team needs a strong male downline. You need that strong leg. And that market is wide open. Okay, it is wide open. And what we have done in Western Canada and now in Arizona and Nevada and Utah in such a short time, it's just, we knew it was special until the general manager, Ken Reed, came on, you know, and on our call the other day, we didn't know how special. But it is wide open right now. And so what I'm going to be doing tonight, I'm going to be sharing that male mindset. I'm going to be talking about the 5x5 method, and giving my insight on how our team brings this in. And we just started this in January. So, I mean, this is just in its preliminary stages. And we're going to bring in, hopefully I got Devin coming in tonight. Like I said, he won the Silver Star on our team. I'll have 2 Fast Start Senior Rubies within the next week. Our team is going Emerald probably by Friday or Saturday. I know myself, I mean, I've been on the products since July, really and truly, until this man, Coach Brian, came into my life, who's on here tonight. November 15th is basically when I started doing the business full-time real, you know. So, I mean, all of us have been 4 or 5 months. Both I call them my brothers. We are brothers in this. They're about 1 month behind me. That's it, you know. So, I mean, we're going to have, you know, 3 emeralds real quick here in the next 60 days on the one team. And there's probably another 4 right behind them a couple months later. So speed of light, that's where this team is going. Bold, brave, fearless. And we're going to dive into some of the techniques and tactics that we're using. And I'm going to start first with this 5x5 method. And I call this relationship building. So everybody get your pens and pads out. Coach Mike's going to have a game plan for you. So get your pens and pads and get ready to write here. And got to keep up to me. I go quick. Got to keep up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first of all, relationship building. That inner circle, our inner circle, when we start out, okay, and it's about 100 people. That's what that is. It's about 100 people. And, you know, you're sharing with your friends, you're fast starting silver and all that kind of stuff, but that will run out eventually, you know, and you got to be thinking outside of that circle and prepare yourself for outside of the circle. We're in a market right now up in Canada with 300,000 people. And I mean, I think probably 150,000 people are on Plexus. I mean, sarcastic, but I mean, that's what it feels like in that city. And, you know, and as the head coach of that team, I'm preparing my team to get them outside of that bubble of that one small city. And this is the system that we are working on right now with them. And I'm sure everybody here, and maybe you haven't heard of the popcorn effect. Well, let's microwavable popcorn. Okay, so it's 3 minutes for that bag to pop. When we put in place this system, the 5x5x5 method, okay, it's a 3-month process, 90 days for it to fire on all cylinders. And this worked with me, and I couldn't, it was almost to the day. So the first minute, okay, now let's just think of the popcorn. The first minute would be like your first month, and you got to show up every single day. So the first minute, nothing really happens in that microwave, nothing at all. Plexus, you're showing up each day, and we're gonna talk about the posting and how often and the whole 9 yards. That first month, there's not a lot going on. I think that first month I was 6 or 8 ambassadors I brought in, and I got my fast start, and everybody was raw, and I thought this was great. Second month, and I was showing up every day, and you think about that microwave. A couple of popcorn kernels are gonna pop. Okay, so the bag's starting maybe a third of it. So a little bit more action starts going on in that microwave of the popcorn. The third month, kaboom. If you're consistent, and you're showing up every single day, it's that third month with that popcorn. It's that third month where that funnel is going to start coming to you. Okay, and so here's this 5x5x5 method that I want to talk about. And what's great about this is you decide who your friends are going to be. Okay, you're the one that's going to decide who you're letting into your circle, which is unbelievable. And so when you're choosing your 5 Facebook groups, here's my recommendations. Okay, first of all, find stuff that you absolutely love that define you. Okay, now here's the winners. Okay, I'm a foodie. I love food. Okay, you don't get to 280 pounds not loving food. I mean, I'm proud to say now I'm 193 to 195, but everybody loves food. Everybody loves recipes and pictures of recipes. If anyone was on my Facebook today, you saw mussels, and I was handing out that recipe left, right, and center, homemade mussels. But I'm part of a foodie group down here in Phoenix and Scottsdale, the top restaurants in the area here. And so one of my Facebook groups that I'm part of is a food group, okay? And we have to make sure that the 5 groups should be defining you, but they've got to be a wide range, okay? Each one of those groups should have 10,000 people in it. So we're finding 5 Facebook groups with 10,000 plus people in each one of them, okay? The other one that I'm a member of, I have a King Charles dog, and it is a dog Facebook group. Okay, so that attraction marketing to that dog, okay, and animals is 12 times greater at times than anything else. And so what we're doing is we're attempting to get all the eyes, okay, on your Facebook page, okay, and not just Facebook. We're going to touch on that in a second. The three that I want everybody to get involved in. It's called FIT, okay? So you're looking for 5 groups, 5 Facebook groups. One of mine is peak performance coaching. I love peak performance coaching, okay? And so if you're a fisherman, find a fishing group. I've got some truckers on my team that got some girth that are getting themselves back in shape. One of them's with 2 trucking Facebook groups, and he's also a farmer. 2 farmer groups. Those farmers and those truckers, they need us, okay? That's sitting all day in the chair, driving in their seats. That's like the new cancer, and so we got to make sure, so I mean, if you've got any trucking or farming background, again, 1000%, those groups, those men, those gentlemen, they need us, okay? So there's your homework. And so when I'm giving my team assignments, I start that simple. Okay, so for 3-4 days for the week, here's your assignment for the week. Find 5 Facebook groups that you love, if that's you, if it's fishing, if it's golfing, if it's cooking, whatever it is, find 5 Facebook groups with 10,000 plus members. Okay, now a lot of them are going to say you can't be here to sell things and stuff. That's not what you're doing. That's not Plexus. Okay, not at all. Okay, so you're not going on there to post Plexus. That's not what this is about. This is about relationship building, relationship 101. Okay, these eventually are going to be the friends that you let into your inner circle. And these eventually are going to be, because eventually they're going to be, some of these people are going to be part of our Plexus, our one Plexus. These are going to be people that you're going to actually be hanging out at the conventions. Okay, and you decide that. That's what's great about this. You decide who you let into your circle. So make sure that they vibe with you. Okay, so now we've got our 5 Facebook groups. Let's go to the next step. 5 people. So let's just say it's a foodie group. I'm looking for 5 people that vibe with me. Okay, and what I want you to do is when you find Lynn Thompson, you're going to go through her last 5 posts. Family oriented, she's married, she's out hiking, you know, so all the different things that I enjoy doing, I want that person to vibe with Coach Mike. I want to hang out with that person one day. And so you're looking for 5 people in that first Facebook group that vibe with you. Okay, and we're going to do that in all 5 groups each day. Each day you're finding 25 people. Okay, now what you're going to be doing with those 25 people is you're going to be commenting, relationship building, commenting. Okay, and I'm going to go over this here. We have to make sure when we're commenting, a couple of things. Every comment has to be over 5 words. Okay, so now if I'm going to use Coach Brian here. Let's say we're in a golf Facebook group. Okay, and I don't know who Brian is. I've joined the group and I see Brian on there, and he's in Tabor, Alberta, but I don't know where he's a golf superintendent and general manager. I'm going to go, Coach Brian, awesome golf course. Where is that? Over 5 words, call to action. It always ends with that question. Okay. I used one of these at Christmas time. Beautiful pair of winter boots the girl was wearing. Up in Canada, we call them mucklucks. Okay. And she was wearing a nice bead work on it. And I went to her and I went, Christina, those are awesome boots. I'd like to buy a pair for my daughter for Christmas. Where did you purchase those? Call to action, over 5 words. Okay, you see how that's there. Now, why are we doing that? Well, Christina or Brian, they're going to reply 90% of the time. You're going to get a comment back, okay, from them. And what does that social media logarithm do? It rewards engagement. And guess what? That engagement over 5 words, guess who's going to show up in your feed the next day? It's going to be Christina and Brian, who you've been communicating with. And now when you get that engagement, right, you're going to write down that person's name, okay? You're going to write down the date, and you're going to, I just do this in quick bullet form. Conversation can be in 2-3 words in your book. And here's my book. It's right here. Everything is here, okay? And I keep track of all of this. And so here's the key. 5 people each day from 5 different groups, 25 people per day. You're circling back every 3-4 days because you want that communication and that relationship building growing. You do that 5 days a week. I don't expect 7 out of my team. Okay, the assignment's 5, right? We got to take a few days off. Okay, you can choose which days, but I would highly recommend at least one of the weekend days. Okay, you can choose whatever 5 days you want, but you have to show up and be consistent. That's the key. So what are we looking at here? Okay, and I'm a stats guy. Being a hockey coach and the whole night, I'm a stats freak. 125 people a week coming into your circle. Okay, 500 a month, 6,000 a year. Out of that 6,000, we're going to take the low end. Okay, low end that become involved with your Plexus platform. Let's go 600. Let's go 10%. I've worked with a couple of private MLM coaches. Let's just say 600 is very close. Okay, it's actually a little bit close to 1,000. And when you've got your outside, your inside legs and everything going, you're in that sapphire, getting close to that diamond range, okay? And when I developed our one team, our team that I've got going here right now in Canada with these men, and you know, our whole philosophy was bold, brave, fearless, okay, impactful. We weren't going to be secret agents. We've been blessed with this gift of Plexus, and we share often, we share daily, we show up. You get those 600 people into your company, into your Plexus team. The formula for our team, and we're showing it, we're going to show right now. We're going to have, there's going to be three diamonds for sure. Could be 5. There's going to be 3 diamonds that have done it in 7-8 months, and they're going to be men, which is just mind-boggling. You know, absolutely mind-boggling. Okay, and it all starts. Sure, it starts first with your initial 100, but the quicker that you can get this 5 by 5 by 5 system in place, you're creating that funnel that comes to you. Okay, the friendships come to you, and you decide all of that. And what is key about this? This is what is key about this. Yes, we love on each other in Plexus. We do. We love on each other. We always cheer each other on. Okay, now don't take this the wrong way, okay, at all. But when Lynn ranks up, or Lynn's son has a birthday party, or Michael went for a 10-kilometer hike and he posts, okay, I come back with, great job, Michael. That's it. Okay, why? I don't want my Facebook or my Instagram or my TikTok to be dominated with my Plexus family. Okay, our Plexus family is already in one Plexus. They're already on the products. We've already shared with them. Somebody else has already shared with them. If I want to really get deep and personal with Michael or Lynn or Brian, reach out through Messenger or text them. Okay, no one's going to take offense at all, because we're all in this together. I don't want, okay, I do want, but I don't. I don't want Michael and Lynn and Brian to dominate my Facebook page, okay? You want the new people that you're out there with relationship building. You want them. You want those people, the 25 each day, the 125 a week, the 500 a month, the 6,000 a year. You want those people coming in. Okay, and that's relationship building 101. Okay, so no one's going to take offense if it's just going to be, because this is MLM 101. This is rules. I didn't create this. Okay, I've mentored under some pretty amazing people. I've mentored under a woman from Europe. I'm a coach, and in order to lead and to drive this team that we're driving, I had to learn how to lead myself, and I had to look at myself. And I was close to 100 hours of training in November and December, setting myself up to meet this gentleman, Brian Murray, to meet Devin, Crawford, who are just absolute rock stars in this company. And until I learned how to lead myself, I wasn't attracting that builder. And when I was ready, they came into my life. The big guy blessed them upon me and me upon them. And the 3 amigos were born, and we set North America on fire. Okay, I mean, and when I say fire, I mean, I was, and I can say this, okay, I don't have freedom of time yet, but from November 15th, probably to January 15th, I was in 30 to 40 3-way chats. Some were voice, some were face-to-face, 20 to 21 hours a day, nonstop, you know, and we just set up the system the whole way through and we just made sure to keep them organized. It was always the potential Plexus ambassador's name first. It was always, so say it was Brian Murray, and the girl Jane was the potential person that had come after him and looking for information. So it would always be Jane, comma, Brian, comma, pink drink. So when I'm going through my messenger, it's always organized. My ambassador that is landing that person with me is always in the middle. who I'm dealing with for name recall and for personal relationship building and making sure we're being personal with that client, always first. Because when you're in 30 to 40 3-ways at one time, it is lightning speed. Lightning speed. And I'm telling you, there's times I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom, honestly. That's how busy we were, and I mean, it was, and we're at that point right now again. We've got a bunch of new ambassadors coming in again. And I mean, it is absolutely, it's amazing what's going on. And we honor it. We honor it because why? Somebody needs us out. Somebody truly needs us out here. I'm going to share one other thing with you. When it's somebody's birthday and it pops up on your Facebook, here's a perfect spot with that call to action. Okay. Let's just say it's Lynn's birthday coming up here. And all of a sudden it comes up on my Facebook that it's Lynn Thompson's birthday. Happy birthday, Lynn. Any big plans today? You see the call to action? Okay. I don't think I've ever had anybody, when I ask that question, any big plans today? Everybody responds. And guess what that Facebook, Instagram, a logarithm does? It rewards that. And guess who's popping up next day on that feed? And so you've opened that whole conversation again just off the birthdays. And if I have 12 brand new birthdays that are part of my Facebook friends, guess what? There's 12 conversations that are starting there. And I'm never going after them with Plexus. Not a chance. It's usually 5, 7, 10 touches back and forth. And more times than not, it's them landing on my page and seeing perhaps my story or one of my other ambassadors' stories, female or male. And it's usually them going, Mike, what's this pink drink all about? And that's that relationship building. And it's like with Brian, it took 3 months to bring Brian in. Dave Waddell, who was just on here talking to us, 3-4 months for him. No pressure. It's not who we are. No pressure. And if they say no, that's okay. But when they say no, okay, now here's the call to action again that I always have. And this happened to me. I had my first no the other day. I was at the gym. And I mean, usually every time that I go to the gym, it's usually my girlfriend, we get out of the car and we see a guy with big girth. And I used to be that guy with big girth. And she looks at me and she laughs and she goes, "That gentleman has no idea who he's going to meet the next hour." and you know what? I always circle around and I get them in a spot and I make sure that on my phone is always my before and after story. And if it's a female, it's always one of my females on my team before and after picture on my phone. And the way that I always handle this, very gracious. That first question that I always say to everybody, I introduce myself as Coach Mike. I let them know that I'm from Canada. And I always started off with, please don't take this the wrong way. And I show them the picture. I bring my voice down. Okay, body language. I'm gentle. I look them in the eye. The eyes talk. Okay, the eyes talk. Bring the voice down. And really and truly lead with love, lead with heart, show them passion. Okay, show them how much passion, how compassionate you are, and how that chance meeting is not by chance. You came into their life for a reason, and I always tell them, you can say no, but if you say yes, it'll change your life like it did for me. And I completely, honestly believe that. We've been blessed with this gift of Plexus. You share zero fear. None. Ever. Zero. I knock at the door all day long. I instill that in my team. It's a responsibility that we don't take for granted. There's 1 million ambassadors worldwide. Probably 990,000 of them are women. It might even be higher than that. Like the market for those men, the pink drink works. Those men need us. We have to make sure we get through to that male demographic. Okay. And I'm seeing it. I mean, I'm seeing my brother, my brother, if I don't go after Brian, I mean, there's probably 300 less men in Western Canada, United States that aren't on this. And that's just the brink, because those 300 men, 2 months, it's going to be 3,000 from that group. And it started with that man, Brian. And then from 3,000, it's going to go 30,000, 30,000, 300,000, 300,000 to 3 million. And it all started because I never quit on him. You don't know where that next diamond's going to come from. You never know. You never know where that next level of inspiration is going to come from. And this bond here, where we've never met, we're going to meet very soon. This bond here, okay, that went back all the way back to that little mighty school in the prairies of Canada, this bond here is so special. I'll always honor it, because that bond set this world on fire for men. And we're doing this. And some of the announcements that are coming up here, what reached out to me today, I was blown away. I got chills in my body right now, and I can't wait to share that, Lynn, with you, what just transpired today, what's happening for us in the next 10, 12 days down here in Plexus, Arizona. That's where I am right now. I want to go over a couple things here as well. Fit. What is fit? Okay. Fit is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all 3 platforms that you should be on all the time. Okay. So fit. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay. There's a new girl on the block called Clubhouse. I'm just slowly looking at that right now. I know that there's some ambassadors right now that are using Clubhouse, okay, with success. Right now, our team is focused on the 3: fit, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay. Can you see, Lynn, is Coach Devin here? Is Coach Devin? You see Coach Devin in the picture at all?
I see someone shaking their head.
Yeah, he's here.
Yes.
He's here. He's under Crawford's. Yeah,
Okay.
he's here. Crawford Girls.
Can we, Lynn, this is our silver star, guys. Okay, so Devin Crawford was signed up by Brian Murray, and together, us 3 amigos, and we're tight. I mean, we talk 5, 6, 7 times a day. We do a lot of 3-ways together, going after builders today, yesterday, the whole 9 yards. There's my brother. So this is Coach Devin, guys, and he's in Regina, Saskatchewan. Okay, and he won the Silver Star last month. And I just want, and Devin's actually at swimming lessons right now. I want Devin, and if we got Lynn, if you've got a question here, let's answer, because he's got to get his daughters in 8 minutes. Devin, how many ambassadors in 3 months have you onboarded personally? What's that number?
I think for myself, I don't keep track, to be honest with you. I think the team is right around, if everybody can hear me all right, got the earpiece in. I think we're around 170, 180 with the total team. Myself, I think probably close to 50, 60.
Okay, so
there's no I in team, so it's all everyone underneath me.
So that's in 3 months, personally onboarding 60. Okay, and let me just show a quick story here. Devin came into my life around December 20th, I believe. And so when he started out in the same program that I was on. Brian, all of us had girth that we have to lose. And it's the Renew You Essentials. And anyway, so Devin, he was kind of reluctant to do his pink drink post. And he's a pretty successful real estate agent up in Canada. And when he posted that pink drink post, it went boom. And it was like, here we go. Let's go. Let's dig in here. And I mean, my guys had no idea. They had no idea. I barely had any idea what a 3-way messenger chat was. But I mean, I went through all the training. I just come out of about 100 hours of training. And we started with Devin. Now, here's how I knew with both these guys that these guys were a similar mindset of mine. Devin went fast start silver. It was December 26th, okay? 1:30 a.m. in the morning. 1:30 a.m. in the morning, we signed up his 3rd person, and I was like, you know what? I can lock arms with this guy and go into the battlefield at any time. I knew I'd found a friend for life, because that's us. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 4 a.m. and me and Devin, a lot of times we're working 2, 3, 4 a.m. That whole month that we started out, I don't even know if we slept any more than 2 hours a day. So the growth that you've seen in this team, Two words. Two words here that I look for people when we interview them. And we've been interviewing builders, myself and Devin, the last few days. You got to be coachable. You got to be hungry. Two words. Coachable and hungry. And these two men here, coachable, beyond hungry. Devin, Lynn, if you've got a question for Devin, okay, because his methodology, okay, sure, he was in the three-way chats and he was learning from myself, but he's adapted his own, okay, methodology is very, very aggressive. And Lynn, do you have a question for Devin at all about?
You bet. Are you kidding? So Devin, hey, thank you for being here. I am a detailed oriented person. And so one of the areas that I get bogged down in or on is onboarding, get people started on the products, get them successful on the products. And so those first couple of months with my new people, onboarding takes a tremendous amount of time for me. How do you handle that? How do you get your guys going and get them successful on the products quickly?
I think the products part is the easy part. We do a great follow-up just with how I sign people up after the fact, as far as what I give them, as far as the information, the process that our team has developed with, everything from ingredients list, if they're looking for, to, just an actual meal plan, daily planner, things like that. And then I follow up with them, 2 to 3 days. I kind of let them settle in with the products. If they have any questions, they can reach out anytime, and I kind of set them off with that. But we have a little bit of a system that we've developed through Coach Mike and funneled down from Brian, and then I've passed that down to the people below me. Just when we script everything out for them, once we sign them up, everything goes through Facebook Messenger, their order form, their passwords, all that stuff, the meal plan, ingredient list, all that stuff. We pass that down, and it's pretty well straightforward from there. It's a simple plan to follow. I always tell people it's the easiest thing I've ever done. So hope that answers your question.
Like Lynn, getting a little bit further there, we make sure that it doesn't matter if somebody is second underneath me in the second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level. We make sure we're all connected through that Facebook Messenger. Okay, I mean, a lot of these guys have got careers. A lot of these women have careers. Okay, but we got each other's back, and that's the key. So that if somebody can't get a hold of Devin within 30 minutes, and this is what I've instilled in my team, 30 minutes, customer service, they're getting that answer. And I don't have every answer. I'm only 7 months into this company. I got most of the answers. But you know what? I'm in a VIP chat with my Sapphire above me. We get the answers within an hour. So we'll make sure that we're resilient, that customer service is always there. And when we're onboarding that person, we make sure, and it's part of our initial onboard, we make sure that they get to our 2 team landing pages. One is the testimonial page. One is also the business page. We make sure that they get onboarded there. We make sure that we're all connected. So Coach Brian's people are connected with Devin. Devin's connected with me. So it's all a family, and we truly are. We call ourselves one team. We are one team. If Brian's driving 200 miles, to work, and he's got 6 brand new ambassadors, he reaches out to me, they're signed up like that. There's no questions asked. Okay? I mean, we are a team. Any more questions? You have another question, Lynn, for Devin? Pick that brain. That's a different animal. It's a different animal.
So Devin, did you use this 5-5-5 technique to build your Facebook friends? How many Facebook friends did you have when you started? If you're a successful realtor, you probably had a good many.
I don't know. Again, I think it's somewhere around 2,800. We're a small community here. We're 180,000, 200,000 people in Regina. Everybody knows everybody. It's not 6 degrees of separation here. It's about 2 to 3. So we have everybody that has a lot of mutual friends or someone that they know. I'm a pretty social guy. I'm always interacting with people, whether they like it or not. So I always joke around. I'm saying hi to 2,600 of my favorite Facebook friends. I'm a tight person when it comes down to it. I got 15, 20 people that are in the inner circle. The rest are, a big community. So I reach out with them, so
We are just
I think that kind of
implementing,
answers a
like
little bit.
Lynn, literally, this is something that we are just implementing. 2 weeks ago, I mean, myself, Devin, and Brian, I taught them in early January. 2 weeks ago, I held a Zoom too as well of my team. About 25% showed up. We're implementing it again. And we know as a team that is one of the fastest growing or the fastest growing in North America, we know in the small communities that we're in that we've got to make sure that this 5x5 method, it is in place. Okay. Otherwise, well, you have to get outside of that initial 100, 1000%. Devin, we got one more question for Devin because I know his daughters are going to be done right now. Lynn, you got one more question for Dev?
Well, I hate to hog all the questions, but I will. Devin,
Sure.
so when you're making these Facebook posts and when you're interacting with people, the very next step, I'm assuming, is putting them into the locker room event.
Yes, we do that, and we share with everyone else. Thursday used to be the night to do everything. We have our locker room. I invited everybody to everything. I want them to have as much access, as much information as possible. So the Thursday events, if it's a sip and share, for sure we're in that. The Sunday event as well. A lot of it is, just going through, the scripts and stuff that have been presented to us and just interacting. I'm a very Darwinism type person. It's interacting and kind of adapting to the situation. But the main thing is just getting in front of people and just talking. Whether it's a post, the picture I take for my pink drink, for probably a month and a half straight has been in my kitchen behind my cupboards. And I'm noticing that people are saying something about the cupboards. So that's perfect. I don't want to give anyone the finger, but I bang my finger at the gym. So I get people saying stuff about my fingernail. So I make sure my fingernail gets in every picture because any little bit attracts attention. So, so it is honestly, I do sales for a living. It's just a matter of asking the questions. Don't be afraid to hear the word no. And, 5 no's can turn into a maybe, eventually a yes, but it's just get yourself in front of people. Don't be shy. Like Mike says, share brave, share boldly. Brian's alive again. I call it my game changer. It's just get in front of people and just be positive about it. We're not doing anything bad here. It's a great thing to want to get people healthy, one person at a time.
Perfect, Dev. Dev,
now I have to go.
Thank you for your time. You go be dad now, buddy. Thank you. You rock star, guys. Rock star.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Devin.
I'll add one more thing. To Mike's birthday thing. My new thing is say same time next year. That gets them commenting.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great. Thank you.
See you guys.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to keep going on here quickly, and I knew we had a little time. I had a 15-minute window to get Devin on there, and what I want to also talk about here is posting too often. I always hear this, and let's go back to our five Facebook groups here again. You want to be posting anywhere from 5 to 7 posts a day. Think of that number, 5 to 7. You cannot post too much, okay? But it can't be just Plexus. To create that funnel, to let those people into your life, your relationship building 101 again, okay? Now here is the breakdown, percentage breakdown that I share with my team. 2 posts a day. Let's take the number 6. We'll go in between 5 and 7. 2 posts a day, Plexus. Okay? It could be about the products. It could be sharing a testimonial. It could be your story. And that story, that was one of the assignments that I did for my team this week. And Lynn, I will share with you my A, B's, and C's, all the key points, the pivot. I'll share exactly what I showed my team as an assignment. And the team this week, our team got 2 assignments. And I put timelines on those assignments. Okay, so I hold them to them. And right now, the assignments, I've split up the men and I've split up my women. And it's an in-house challenge right now going on. Okay, and they're all working with each other, on their own assignments as a team. We do a lot of team building inside our one team. Okay, now getting back to the posts. So 2 are Plexus, 2 are you, your family. Okay. Now here are the big ones, the attraction marketing, and what Devin talked about with his finger there, it's absolutely brilliant. Okay. Dogs. Dogs are the big one. That's why I like having a Facebook group that is a dog group, animal group. So what happens with that? It's been proven up to 12 times more eyes. Okay. When you post that content with that dog, 12 times more eyes get attracted to your social media pages. Kids, everybody loves children, you know, so the pictures with your kids, family. So two of those each day have got to be you. It could be your son at his baseball game, his football game. It could be Michael hiking, okay, up the side of a mountain. Let them into your life and be fun. Angles of the pictures are key too as well. Overhead angles, low angles, okay? So when you're doing everything, and you don't need someone to take a picture. Everyone is like, Coach Mike, you have a full-time photographer? 99% of my pictures I've done myself, okay? On a 10-second timer on my Apple phone. So you set them up, and sometimes it takes 10, 15, 20 to get the proper lighting. But I'll take that picture so that attraction marketing principle is there. All different types of angles. Okay, that overhead angle, looking down on yourself, is a huge one that gets the eyes on there. A lot of times too, I'll twist my pictures. So if there's a rollerblading or a golf, I'll twist it to the side. So then it really and truly, when it's going across the 24-hour feed up top, it really looks unique. Music, okay? And I used to be a DJ in high school and college. And so when I see a picture, it's almost instant that I can set up that song to that little 20 seconds so that there's always a song with meaning when it's going through my 24-hour story. So I'm always telling a story in a story, okay? And that's that attraction marketing, bringing those eyes to you. So 2 of your posts have got to be about your family. What it is you're attracting those people in their life. You got to be interesting. You got to show them that you're interesting. You got to vibe with them. Just like you're watching them, they're watching you. Okay, so it's all about this relationship building one-on-one. So what are those last 2 about? Well, let's go back to those first 5 Facebook groups. Okay, the 5 Facebook groups that you've gone in with over 10,000 people, shared content. Okay, and you scroll through the last 5 and look and see which ones have got the most views. You don't want to put up the one up there that's got 1 view, that's got the rotten egg sandwich. You want something that's going to attract. Okay, so you're looking to the one that's getting all the hits, and that's the one that you're going to share. Because the one that's getting all the action inside your group is going to get the action when you move it to yourself. Okay, so I mean, there's your 6 each day. Okay, and truly, where our team is going now, and I promise this to every one of my team captains, is they will have freedom of time. If they implement this 5x5x5 system, they show up every single day, 90 days, when you get to that 90-day point, okay? And this is going to take you, at the start, it'll take you 2 to 3 hours. You'll get it down to where it's an hour a day. But guess what? Your job can be, that's it. It can be completely social media. And the way that we're setting up our team is this is going to be the focus. Complete focus is going to be social media with our one team. The rest of it, okay, we will have a staff that's going to be handling that. But right now, we're almost there. We're about a month away with our focus of our people that are going to be literally Rubying up. It's going to be just social media and that whole attraction marketing, and everyone developing their brand and creating that funnel, implementing that 5x5x5 system, showing up with 6 posts a day, 2, 2, and 2, 2 from their family, 2 from Plexus, and 2 that are going to be shared content from their 5. So everybody got that game plan. Can you visualize that game plan? Okay. we are going to give some time here for some question and answer, Lynn. Coach Mike can talk. I can talk.
We love it. We love it. Hey guys, if you'll do me a favor, put your questions in the chat, and that way we can organize those things.
I had one, Lynn. I saw one come up, and people are asking, how does Coach Mike, Coach Devin, Coach Brian, how do we get people to make that commitment at the end for them to say yes? And what we always do, okay, it's up to them, right? The choice is yours. So we always use that phrase, the choice is yours, okay? We always give them two options. A lot of the options for us, because our guys have had success on the Renew You Essential program. Right now, that's on sale right now for $216 in the States. That's everything in, which is the lowest price that I've seen in 7 months, okay? The other one is the triplex. So generally, our guys, giving them the price option A, price point A with the triplex, explaining the benefits, and then B, we're showing them the Renew You Essentials program. So it's an option A and option B, and then it's the call to action. Are you ready to take the plunge with us? Is it option A or option B? Which one do you want to do? Okay, which one fits your budget? Okay, and that's the key. We've listened to their health goals all the way through. We've gotten them to 2 or 3 videos. And then it's that call to action with the option A and option B, 2 different price points. Ask the question. You got to ask for your sale. 1,000,000%. You got to ask for your sale. If they say no, you don't get mad. That's not who we are. We don't get mad. Just listen to this call of action when they say no. Okay? Can you do me a favor? That's the question. That's the key question right there. Can you do me a favor? Plexus may not be for you, but if you have a loved one, a friend, a relative, or if you overhear a conversation where you're out with a group of friends and you hear somebody that's maybe struggling, it could be with diabetes, arthritis, it could be carrying a little extra pounds. Can you do me a favor? Can you make sure, and I make sure that I link them up, I get their Facebook, and they say no, I still get their Facebook. At least I get their cell phone number. I got to get something so that they can link us up. You know, it might not be for you, but can you do me a favor? And those seed messages, that positive seed message that I just sent, when you keep on leading with your heart, expecting nothing in return, okay, you're creating those funnels and you're being courteous and gracious wherever you go, and you're leading with love, you're sharing, you're growing with people. And when you go out in that world and your whole goal is sharing and loving and growing on people every single day, and when you get that no, you leave that seed message, you do me a favor, guess what? Guess what happens? Okay? It could be 4 weeks from now, it could be 2 weeks from now. You're getting that call. You're getting that message. Brian Murray, you know, told me that you do this company with the pink drink. Okay, but those positive seed messages, you just keep laying those eggs all the way down the line. And genuinely, you live life loving and caring. And you create those funnels. And if you do this for 90 days, okay, it just comes at you, it comes at you, and comes at you. You expect nothing, okay? You give, and you give, and you give, and you expect nothing in return. And what happens? That popcorn goes kaboom. It goes absolutely kaboom, okay? And you have this explosion. And that's the funnel that comes into you. And we're just experiencing that. Now imagine we're one of the fastest growing teams right now in Plexus worldwide. And when our people hit their 90 days here, I mean, it's going to be pinned back the ears and let's go. You can't wait. You can't wait.
Hey, Coach, I think I'm sensing from Brian that he has something to say. Brian, am I reading that right?
Go ahead, Brian.
I know we're getting close to the end, but I'm just sensing, I can see it on his face. The man needs to
Lynn, you're
talk.
great. That's great. I'm watching the questions in the chat and I'm trying to answer and listen to Mike and everything as well. But to go to the 2 of 6 daily posts are to come from our Facebook groups. Is that correct, Anna? what I do is I post 2 of my family or 2 of just my golf course and stuff like that. But I also have 4 or 5 posts of Plexus, either the paint drink. Earlier this winter, we had a big windstorm come through, knocked down 11 trees on my golf course. So on one of them, one of the stumps, I drew a happy face and put the active on top, took a picture of that, and it blew up. You know, just little things. So when you're out taking pictures of the products and have fun with it, you know, put it on a lawnmower or on your car, or set it down, let your dog sniff it and take a picture. You know, have fun, you know, posting the products. And that's the key to it, is to have fun. And, you know, the training I've received from Mike, and it's been top notch. It's been great. And it's what really helped me share. You know, 4 months ago, and I still tease with Mike about this, I didn't know how to put, you know, an emoji on my pictures or add music to a post. I didn't have a clue. It was left field for me, you know, and I didn't even know what a microbiome was. So, you know, when Devin spoke of this earlier, that the more you can share with people, the more educated and informed they can be. And that's what happened with me, is Mike really educated me and informed me, so that when I went forward with it, I knew I was making an informed, educated decision. And that was important. And, you know, and then once you feel the products and you see what it does for you, you know, that changes everything. You know, the easy part is the products work. You know, you're not hustling. You're not scamming. You're selling hope and opportunity. You're saying, hey, look, this is what I have, and this is what it did for me, and this is what it can do for you. Maybe not at the speed I did, but it will help. And a lot of times, and I think Mike said this earlier, Coach Mike said it earlier, sometimes with a guy, you know, when you speak to the whole relationship part of it, you know, if you're married and your husband, you know, sees you talking with men on Plexus about trying to sign up, and then, you know, I can't really talk to that. I'm single, I have a dog and a Harley, so I can't really speak to that. But I do know that when you look a man in the eye and you're serious with him, you got his attention. But you have to look him in the eye. You know, if you're looking around and you're not looking at him, then he's not gonna. But if you look him in the eye and make him look you in the eye, especially a woman, and that's where the power of the woman and the man comes in, is when you go, hey, he's gonna look at you. And you look him in the eye and you say, can I, you know, I can help you. Are you gonna listen to me now? He will listen. We're very simple creatures. We're men. You know, we're very simple that way. We're black and white. You know, we love to wrench on stuff, and we like to do all kinds of, you know, sports and everything like that. But when you take that reality of what you have and you put it in them, like if I got someone at the golf course that comes in, is 150 and they suck and they shouldn't even be golfing, and they come in and they're mad about the course, the first thing I'm going to say to them is, well, how can I make that right? How can I make it right? You tell me. Put it right in their court. And it's the same thing with Plexus. I do it all the time. Oh, bro, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Like, I just showed you all my pictures. I just showed you what I just did. You're doing what I'm doing. Do you want to be lighter and healthier and happier? Or do you want to stay this miserable fat slob? Simple as that. Call them out. We're men. We can take it. Call them out. And that's why we're brutal. We're honest. I'm brutal sometimes, but I'm bold and I'm honest. And I don't hold back, because I know what these products do. And I'm a 100% believer. You know, even Mike Stott, who was on the call earlier, he's still there. His story's amazing. Copes, his story's amazing. You know, everybody has a different story. And that's the cool part. And 4 months ago, you know, on the first listening, you know, I'd already had 2 days of the pink drink in me, and my mind was already made up. I'm calling Coach Louis tomorrow, and we're doing this. And it was made up because I listened to people, you know, genuinely speak of what they had going on. And then when you get into the landing page, the opportunity of hope, and you get in there, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials of people. It's a no-brainer. And then the best part about it, You know, you run into skeptical guys. Men are always skeptical. You know, sky's blue. I don't know. Water's wet. I think it's moist. You know, those are guys. And I got buddies like that. You know, you could hand him and say, this is 24 karat gold. I don't know. Pretty light. Those are just my buddies, right? And we all know people like that. So one of my closing things is I say to them, do you know of any other supplement company that gives you a 60-day money back guarantee? I don't. I know I can get that on a TV, you know, maybe a mattress, something like that, but not on a supplement company. Are you kidding me? And I don't have to carry $1,000 worth of stock? Perfect. So I tell them, 60-day money back guarantee. Go 55 days. If you don't lose a pound, send it back. They don't send it back. They stay on it because they're down 30 pounds. So that's really all I have to add. And again, look a man in the eye and tell them what's up, because some, you know, they need to hear it. You know, and other guys, like Coach Mike said, you need to be gentle because there could be a lot more going on inside. Mike was gentle with me at first, and then we had a real good heart-to-heart, and I told him about, you know, my drinking, my depression, you know, my hip. I got a new hip. I got new anchors in my shoulder. I'm bone on my knee. I'm blowing my Achilles. I went from elite to fat, slob, drunk, gross. And I didn't care about myself. I gave up. So at the end of the day, we had that heart-to-heart, and I love him for it. And I'll always love him for it. I mean, he's my older brother, and he showed me the way. And I'm never looking back. And I'll never get off Plexus. So the more you can share your absolute story truthfully, and look them in the eye when you do it, they're going to want what you got. It's that simple. So
Lynn,
thanks for letting me talk.
Yeah, Lynn, I'm just gonna, there's a couple of questions here about the assignments that Coach Mike puts through my my chats with my team. I'm gonna give you the 2 assignments, and Lynn, I'm gonna share this with you, and you can share this with your team through Messenger or whatever format that you use. It's your story. It's your story. And that's the most powerful, attraction marketing you've got is your story. And I'm going to give Lynn in point form the 1, 2, 3, the A, B's, and C's of your story and how to craft a proper, impactful story. And guess what? Your story, it evolves with Plexus. It changes. And not only do you have a story about the Plexus health journey, you also have a second story, and that's the business side of it. Okay, so there's 2 stories that you've got, and those 2 stories that you have should be circling through your Facebook, your Instagram. Those should be circling through every single month, your story. And let's take that one little bit further. When I am approaching a gentleman, whether it's at a grocery store. I mean, I went up to a guy at a grocery store, and he's putting the tomatoes and the organic berries away. And I mean, girth, lots of girth. I couldn't say no. My girlfriend was at the seafood counter, and I said, hey, wait a minute. I'll be right back. And she looked at me, and she goes, where are you going? Well, I went and talked to a gentleman. My phone, always with me. Always, always, always with me. Always ready to show my before and after. I can't not talk. Can't be that secret agent. I'm always on. Always on. Okay? You never know who needs you. I believe everybody needs Plexus. There's 7 billion people in this world. I truly believe there's 7 billion people that should be on Plexus. And lead with that heart. Be bold, be brave, be fearless. So that assignment there, I'm going to drip that. I'm not going to use that terminology. I'm going to share that with Lynn, so you guys get that the exact format that I sent out as an assignment to my team. And man, we've had 3 very, very impactful, and those stories, every single one of them when they were written are 120, 150, up to 200 likes, loves. Out of those 200, there's probably anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 the engagements where you're probably another 5 to 6 people off that story. You cycle that story through and it keeps evolving. It's amazing the funnel that you get off of your story, and you're letting people in your life, and be real. Be real. I mean, I was in an event, a virtual event with 40,000 people in November and December, 100 hours of training. Biggest names in the world, the biggest MLM names in the world. And we weren't allowed to talk about our companies at all. There wasn't a single person that walked onto that stage that wasn't making 8, 9, and 10 figures a year. Okay, 10 figures a year. There was a woman from Europe, okay, early 40s. And this is what got my attention. 1.3 million ambassadors. Get that number in your head. 1.3 million ambassadors. She netted $180 million last year. Okay, so when you see those numbers like that, and we had an MLM engineer, okay, talk about Plexus, and she shared with one of our top executives up in Canada where Plexus is headed. Okay, in 2022, 2023, we just did under $1 billion last year with Plexus. Okay, and this woman had been making 7 figures in another company, and she said there's going to be more $1 million earners, okay, in this company, Plexus, per month, not per year, per month, than any other health supplement company in the world. Why? We're in 4 countries. That's it. Our next move in Plexus, okay, our next move over the next 2 to 3 years is going to include another 300 million people, is what I'm being told. So we are on the verge here, guys, of greatness. Coach Mike firmly believes there's greatness within all of us. Okay? We're put on this planet. Make sure, people, make sure that you lead with your heart, you're bold, you're brave, you're fearless. We're on this planet to make a difference. Make that difference. Let's not be that secret agent. Someone out there needs us. 1,000%.
Thanks so much, Coach. I know we're over on time, so I'm going to thank you for what you've shared. Brian, Devin, you guys are just amazing. Whatever Coach disseminates to me through Messenger, I'll put that out to our team chat. And of course, Coach, I'll be sending you a link to this recording. I want to introduce you to my level one, Darlene Lee. She is a Senior Gold Ambassador, and she's going to wrap us up and close us down for tonight. And again, thank you, Coach. I love you, brother.
Very welcome. Love you guys. Love you, Michael. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for sharing tonight with us. This has been a powerful hour, and we cannot thank you enough for the information that y'all have shared with us. This is going to be actionable steps that we can take back and apply as we move forward like an army together, the Empower Army that we are, the One Plexus Army, and go out there and unapologetically share this gift of health, of happiness, of financial peace that we have in our hands. Do y'all feel it tonight? Yes. Yes, we feel it tonight. And so remember that we have a special going on that Plexus has put in our hands, guys. It is $1 right now. $1, that's almost too small of an ask, right? It's $1 to get your membership with Plexus right now. And that gives you wholesale pricing, 25% off all year long on your products. It gives you the 60-day money-back guarantee. Your first order is going to go through at 40% off. And these products are going to start working for you. And you will have the ability to share and make 15% to 25% cash back on your own orders, as well as a free website included with that. And so shipping is free. We have a code. Reach out to the person who invited you. Have them help you with getting connected to that that code. This is a limited time offer, and we are super excited for you to join our team. If you have not already joined a team, we have our arms open and we are so excited to have you here with us. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Lynn, did you have anything else you wanted to share?
Nope, that's it. Thanks again, Coach. And I hope to see you around in the locker room, brother.
Locker room is if you don't know, that's every Sunday night. We flip back and forth an hour each time. Sometimes it's 7 Central, sometimes it's 8 Central. We go back and forth, but it's every Sunday. And our guests are just amazing. The people that reach out to us that are all different types of high performance athletes, Olympians, everything. It is absolutely amazing. So we always make sure that we've got one MVP guest there that has that wow. And it's a very special format. It's open to all teams, Plexus worldwide. You know, our content of our team, sure, we're probably 75% men. Our guarantee always to our ambassadors and to the guests that are coming in, 50% of our testimonials are always going to be men. 50%. Okay. Lynn, Michael, Team Alabama, coming to you guys live from Plexus, Arizona. Coach Mike, I love you guys. Cheers. Plexus style. I got my active. Cheers, everybody. Love you all.
Good night. Good night. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Thanks a lot. It was great.
Janet.
Good night.
Night.
Night, everybody. Good night, Jessica.
Good night. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.